Say hello. Oh, no. No hellos. Welcome to all of August. I filmed, I don't know, at least twice. I haven't looked at the footage yet. In this entire month. Clearly did not edit any actual videos for y'all. So I'm just gonna go through the footage and put it all together, and this is what it is, the month of August. I was highly unmotivated. I was not doing anything. Huzzah. Yesterday I wrote a blog post and wrote my newsletter 10 days late. So far this week we're actually being productive. So you might get like an actual, like, the last week of August video, possibly. Or I'll just, add it to this madness and not upload this until, like, Friday or something. I don't know. I'm going camping this weekend, so the last... Oh, that's happening on Thursday. I'll upload Thursday. The last, 3 days of August. I won't be doing anything productive. I'll just be camping by a lake. The point is, there's not a lot more of August, so this is what you get. Hi, hello. I'm home, at least briefly. Sort of like pseudo moved back into my house, for at least a week. And I've reached a problem, you guys. So I brought home my TBR because there's only 3 more weeks of summer. 2 weeks, really. I'm home for this coming week. It's Saturday right now, but I'm home for this week. Because it's setup week for the preschool and work is starting, right? But then I have 2 awkward weeks after that where I'm not doing anything. So that's the end of my summer. Anyway, but in those 2 weeks I'm not going to be reading the 80 books on my TBR. So I brought them home when I came yesterday, and I'm trying to put everything away on my limited shelf space. I didn't really add a bunch of books, but I did add around 20 books to my shelves over the summer, so nothing fits, and it's a problem. So far, the Ted Dekker book that I read can't sit with the other Ted Dekker books because these shelves are so full that I can't, move anything, right? So he's just gonna live there. And now I've come to the Bethany shelf that was shared with me. She's about to kick me off my own shelf, you guys. Which is why I turned on the camera, because I don't know what I'm gonna do about I don't have another shelf, and I can't split Bethany's books. I don't know what's about to happen. That's the only one that fit. What to do? What to do? There is a handful of space. I don't know if you can see this shelf all the way down here. There is a handful of space on my fantasy sci-fi shelf. Not enough space for me, but this shelf, oh hello. This shelf over here housed my story Bibles. I'm thinking story Bibles can just exist. They don't need a shelf. So we're going to shift everything over so that I can get back to my books and have another shelf. But I want the empty shelf by the books and not on the other side of the writing. That's not quite enough space for me to move down. But it might fit Bethany down. We definitely don't fit together. And I don't think she'll fit down either, but we're gonna try. Uh-oh. Running out of space. Editing Mandi here. I am laying on my floor to edit this video, which is why I'm down here like this. Anyway, that wasn't the point. I didn't finish the book experience. The video just ends with me like adjusting a couple things. So the end of it is that Bethany and I are still on the same shelf. There is no space, and the Queen's Rise omnibus with all three together, you know, maybe you don't know, but is not standing up with the rest. It's laying across the top because it doesn't fit. So there's that. But yeah, when I edited this together, it just kind of cuts off, and then you never get to know what the final solution was. So I don't really want to pick up my laptop and take it over there and show you, but yeah, we're just together. We're squished together. I'm sure you'll see it in the background of future videos. Bethany cannot publish any more books, and I cannot publish any more books, or we're out of space. So it's definitely time to buy a shelf. Where will I put said shelf? I have no idea, but it is definitely time to buy a shelf because we're like this close to being entirely out of book space. There's still a little bit of space on my fantasy and sci-fi shelf, and there's like one spot left between the indie published books and the hedgy books. That shelf has like a little bit of space. And that's about it. There's also a little bit of space where I have my King Arthur books, the various Arthurian legends and dragon books and things that I have for research for that. There's a little bit of space there, but it'd be weird to put anything except those books there. So yeah, and then there's just no space. The space is gone. I need shelves. I did at least one chapter of Cassie, book 1, edits and sent to my critique partner in August. Possibly 2, 1. I think just 1. Yeah. I think just 1. And I still have the last 10 pages of Cindy's book to go through to get the new first draft finished, which is like, I think it's like 3,000 more words to polish, which is not a lot, so I should be able to get it done if I actually get my butt in the chair and do it. But this entire month I have not been getting my butt in the chair to do anything, so I have very little faith in my ability to do that. Cool. This is the end of living at the farm as well, because after camping this weekend I'm going back home and work is starting and, you know, back to normal routine instead of the summer routine, so this is it, you guys. This is it. August was interesting. Okay, we wrote a little over 1,000 words, which was fantastic. For having not written in August, I felt like it was going to be slow, but it was actually pretty average. So that was good. I started a scene where we are finally deviating from the original story, because in the original story, the climax, Cindy doesn't have a climax, Cassie does, but it's not Cassie's book. So in evaluating, outlining, brainstorming this story, I knew that I needed to make it the ending of the book specifically focused on Cindy again, because it's Cindy's book. So anyway, we finally started that transition, because I pulled out, I think like 2 months ago, I said I was going to pull out the outline and look at it, and I did not until today, but I pulled it out, found it, and yeah, I suddenly remembered what it was that I was going to do for the end of the story, and then I was like, oh, we gotta write that. Because the last few times I've written in like June and July, which wasn't a lot, but when I did, I was just back into the like, look at the scene in the original, polish it, add it to the new one, and I'd forgotten that I was veering off in a different direction. So we backtracked slightly today, did some reading of previous chapters that I had, the last few that I'd read, written, whatever. I read them today, and then started the new scene, which is a very action-packed, sharp turn to a different story. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it will go. I'm excited to build to the climax and the resolution. I think it will be much better than the original story, assuming I actually write it. But that also means we didn't actually go through any of the previous content, the like 3,000 words that I still need to go through of the old stuff, because I was just writing a new scene today, and I haven't quite finished that scene, so it may be a bit before I get back to the old content. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping, this is a big ask, but also I've decided that I am going to be productive this week and like action, and that will lead to motivation, and then we'll just keep cycling in this positive direction. I've decided that I am going to be productive this week and sit down and do things every day. I have until Thursday when we go camping, and I'd like to be done with Cindy's book by Thursday. This is like the 15th time that I've said like, by this time, gotta be done. I really need to stop saying it, but I really would, because that way I can start September fresh, and September I can focus entirely on edits for Cassie's book, and that way I can possibly actually publish Cassie's book before December, and then do edits on Cindy's book, and obviously at some point I need to do book 3, because I haven't done book 3, I haven't even opened book 3, because I haven't finished book 2. So, yeah, we'll get to book 3 eventually, but the point is, I'd like to start September with my focus purely on Cassie's book. Hello? Yeah. Hello. What's wrong? You coming up? Yes? What's up? Yeah? What's wrong? Did you hear me talking? Yeah? Did you need to say something? We're going to work on the story again, but in 11 minutes I have a session with one of my clients, so I need to switch my brain over to book coaching, so I can do that session, and then after that I'll need a brain break probably, because I've been writing and reading client work, and now I'm going to be like on a session with a client and everything, since, I don't know, around 11 o'clock this morning, and it's going to be 3:30, 4 o'clock. That's a candle. Watch out. She just like squeezed in there. Anyway, it's going to be 3:30, 4 o'clock when the session is over. So it's a lot of hours of focus work, and I need a break. So I'll probably take a break. I don't know how long the break will be. But I do have, let me look at my matrix. I did BFF work today too. I read my critique partners pages and commented on that. I've been so productive this morning. Anyway, okay, so I only have one other big thing today, which is reading my other critique partner. Don't mess with the candle. Don't do it. It's hot. It will hurt you. Kitten. I know you're curious, but don't. Now what are you sniffing? Can't have my cookies either. No cookies. Hey, what are you doing? Stop it. Stop messing with stuff. Anyway, look at all the highlighted things. Are we so happy? Yes, I have my other critique partners book that I need to go through. So I'll do at least a chapter of that today, this evening, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Hello? What are you doing? Okay, I was walking over here to film, but there's this giant spider web, which you can't see because this camera is not like super high definition, but it's like from this tree, there's a line coming across here, and then there's like a big patch from this branch down. There's chaos over here, so we're just gonna stop. This is probably my last farm update, you guys. This is wild. Tomorrow I am going home, taking the rest of my stuff home, and then I go camping with my family over the weekend, and then on Monday I'm just home, and then school starts, and then we're just back into routine. So this is it for the farm. Yesterday I edited a chapter of Cassie and gave it to my critique partner, and then today I edited another chapter of Cassie. So we have 5 of the 8 chapters of Cassie done-ish. I did the rewrite portion already, and then now I've done like a second pass over it. And then my critique partner's going over the chapters as I give them to her, which is like a third thing if she, has comments and things for me to change. And yeah, this might be it for Cassie's book. We might actually publish this book in October. So that's exciting. I was gonna say Cassie. Cindy's book will need more help, I think, because while I have almost finished the initial rewrite, there's actually, I think, going to be more to do in the second pass than there was for Cassie's, because Cassie's is like a fairly well put together little book. And Cindy's, I was adding a whole bunch of stuff and changing the story because it wasn't a great story. So there's a bunch of new scenes, and then I might need to either add more or adjust what I added and play with it. Actually do some rewrites and edits on it. I don't know yet, because obviously I haven't finished the first pass, so I can't do a second pass. But I think it will take more than what Cassie's is. Because literally, the first time I wrote it, and I was changing things, adding things, whatever. It's definitely bigger than the original. But this time, with the second pass that I'm polishing and then sending it to my critique partner, it's real easy. I'm just reading through it and maybe deleting a sentence here or there, or maybe adding a couple of descriptive words. But it's really easy right now what I'm doing. So that gives me hope that I can publish it soon. But it also, I don't think that's how not Cassie's, too many C's, Cindy's. I don't think that's how Cindy's book will go. I think that it will need, 2 passes, before I get to the easy part. So, I don't know. We'll see. I have to finish writing the first go-through before I can read over it and see if there's any chunks missing. And then after I read it, I'll, figure out what the edits will look like. I still have, I don't know, I haven't looked at it recently, some amount of words to go through. I didn't, on Monday when I wrote in Cindy's book, I didn't do the original words. I wasn't going through the scenes that are still there and working on a scene that was still there. I was working on a brand new scene, which is really good, and I'm very excited about it, and I haven't finished it. But I don't know what that means, in terms of how much more I'm adding before I start working through what's left. I did want to be done by tomorrow when I go camping. I'm about to leave for Bible study, and then I don't know how late I'll get back tonight, but I think I'm going to try and write,
in Cindy's book tonight, because I already did a chapter of Cassie today, which was just easy edits. So I think I'll try and write tonight and I'll finish that scene in Cindy that I was writing on Monday, and then see if I have the time or the energy or the capacity to keep going, and see if I can get through some of those there's just like 10 pages of words. It's like 2,000 or 3,000 words of the original document that need to be sifted through, but I don't know how many new scenes I need to add, and if there's a bunch of new scenes I need to add, I won't be able to finish it tonight. So it kind of depends. On Monday I wrote 1,000 words for that new scene that I was working on, which took like an hour. So if I have to write a bunch of scenes, there's not enough time in the evening for, that to get done tonight, is what I'm sort of reasoning in my mind right now, out loud. So, I don't know. I'll update you later, probably. If not, this is the end of the vlog. It's possible I might write tomorrow, but tomorrow morning I'm taking all my stuff back to my house, and then I'm helping pack up for the camp out, and then I have I have a meeting with Anya, the CEO of my writing community, Cooling Cup, because she and one of the other gals were putting together some kind of form of writing challenges. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm, spearheading that, so we're doing something about that tomorrow. Anyway, the point is, I don't think I'll have time to write, because then tomorrow evening I'm at the campsite, and I'm not going to be writing at the campsite, I would imagine. So, all of that to say, I've made some serious progress on Cassie this week, and I did write in Cindy on Monday. I want to write more in Cindy today, but I don't think I'm actually going to finish Cindy's initial rewrite this week, which means I'll have to finish it the first week of September. So stay tuned for that.